Check, 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 check. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I think I sound good. 1 2. Why did we say 1 2? Why we don't say 1 3 or 2 5? 1 2 microphone check 1 2. This is your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. Welcome to the show, D2K. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. We have the crew here, the whole group, the whole team. Mr. Norris, K-Bum 20. What's up, folk? What's up, people?
What's up? Y'all don't mind me, I'm just in the background smacking. I woke up at 8 o'clock, like, what? Off all the time. We in here.
I have reverb on my voice. Okay, let me see if I can correct that. But yeah, welcome. Let me see. I don't know. Is that better? Hopefully it is. So we are here. We are excited, and we are ready to go. And this is loud in my ear. There we go. So yeah.
3, 2.
So let me know if that sound better, Mr. D2K. I don't know if that was a plug-in. Same. It got the same. Okay. But I don't know what that is, my friend. I really don't know. But we're gonna have to deal with it for tonight. So welcome to the show. Got a few things to talk about. Let me take this down. Cause we gotta talk about this huge missed opportunity by Nintendo. This is a huge missed opportunity. I don't know what they thinking. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It is absolutely stupid to me. But we also got to talk about that. We got to talk about the situation with Stellar Blade. Of course, the game comes out tomorrow. The reviews are up. Looking like it's getting pretty decent reviews. But we talked about it last week jokingly, but it seems to be an issue with the model design. And we got to explore, do we agree that this is a problem? Also, we're going to talk about the sale declines of the Xbox X, the Xbox Series X and S. We're going to talk about that as well. Anything else? Did I miss anything, y'all? Did I miss anything?
Nah, sounds about good. If anything else, we make sure to pop it up, and if something comes up during the conversation, we'll chop it up.
Okay. Hey, D2K, is it just my vocal or is it the whole cast? Are all of us echoing or reverb, or is it just my mic? Because, yeah.
Testing.
So, he said testing. But yeah, so, yeah, man, welcome to the show. So, anything new? It's just me. Thank you, D2K. Make me feel so good. It's just me. So, I got to figure out what's going on. But, yeah. So, anything special happen our way in your life? Anything unique that before we get into these, what you've been gaming on?
Unique? I had a turnaround trip to Atlanta. I'm back at the house now. I guess that's why I went to sleep in there, because I was tired. So, but other than that, I mean, everything's been the same.
Okay. Atlanta, yeah, I got to go to Atlanta in the summer. That's one of the places we going for family reunion. Then we gonna shoot down to Florida to take the girls to the Disney's of world. So before they shut down with all these sales, and these flopping the movies, we got to get there before Mickey Mouse is out of business.
Come on now.
So anyway, anything your way, K-Bum? If you talking, you muted. I don't know. Is it Mr. 20?
No, that's me. That was
Oh,
me.
okay.
I missed the unmute button before I started to talk, so that's probably what that is. But no, for me, just had a little a birthday celebration this past weekend. I know I celebrated. Well, my birthday was actually
Jesus, this
the
dude
week
still
while I
celebrating his
was
birthday.
kicking it in Cancun, but we had like a little celebration at the house. Had a couple people by. So that was fun. Had little kids all up and through my house playing my PlayStation. Did not enjoy that one bit. I usually don't allow children to touch my PlayStation. That's kind of how I am. I'm selfish when it comes to my toys, but I was preoccupied with everything else going on for the birthday celebration that kind of took over my basement. But it is what it is. Nothing was broken, so I'm good. But no, it was good to have friends and family come out and celebrate. So that was kind of my weekend. So it was legit. It was cool. It was fun.
Bro, I'm the
I'm kind of.
same. I'm the same way.
How
Don't
about your
touch my
sister?
controller with them sticky hands. You've been eating Doritos. Don't touch my controller. I'm not trying to come
Bro.
behind you.
I'm just.
I
I'm
had to
just.
take. I took my controller out of their hands. I have my controller is the pro controller, that the 1999 whatever $200 joystick, and so
Mm.
they picked that one up. I said no. I took it out of your hands. Said no, sir. Please put that down. And I gave them one of the ones with the drift, with the analog drift. Hey, this is yours.
Hey,
K Bum up here being. So now you said you invited friends and family. I don't recall me and Keith getting nothing. Like not an invite, not a hey, bruh. Nothing. I'm
yeah, man.
feeling
Where my
some type of
turnaround
way.
trip?
Yeah, bro. What
Keith,
was
if you want to drive 4 hours next time, Keith, I'll make sure to send you one level. If you want to pack up the 13 people in your house to come this way and the dog, I'll make sure you get one too.
yeah. Anyway, so you
Uh-huh.
try to clown me. So anyway, so you finally done with your birthday celebration? Is it over?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like
That dude gonna
I'm
make it
good,
a whole
man.
year, birthday year. It
I
ain't no
I
more. It ain't
learned
a
I
day. It's
learned
a
from the best. Learned from the
shoot.
best.
Tell the wife like we need to calm this down. It's been 2 days too long. Anyway, well, anyway, happy 20th day birthday. Hope you
I'll take
still.
it. I'll take it.
So anyway, y'all ready to get into what you've been gaming on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
But we got Smash Bros though.
So who want to go first? What you been gaming on? What you been gaming on?
I don't problem. I'll go ahead and go first. What I've
All
been
right.
gaming on. So I'll go ahead and try to chop it up real quick. What I've been gaming on is some of the usual suspects at this point of the year. So that would be MLB The Show 24, putting time into that. The new season of Overwatch just dropped. I think last week, this week. I think last week the new season of Overwatch dropped. I'm still adjusting to the new meta, a new play style of this season. So, but that's cool. I've been playing that. Um, I got on and played a little bit more 2K this week. Actually, some of the homies, we had a couple of people that wanted to play us head to head, 5 against 5. Went out there and blew the little kids out. Let them go to bed early. That was cool.
Pause, K-Bone.
Lord have mercy. Pick the right time for the pause. And the last game I've been playing is actually Hades. So I beat the game, but But if you know anything about this game, you didn't beat the game. So you go through the whole thing. You escape the dungeon crawl, but then there's a story loop to kind of bring you back to do it all over again. And so I'm going through that and still playing it because there's a lot of mystery to unlock. The story still continues after you escape. Yeah, there's a lot going on within the game. So even once you escape, there's a plethora of things to still do. And so I got my first escape attempt, and that means a part successful escape from the dungeon. But like I said, there's a little gameplay loop that kind of brings you back, so you have to do it again. So that's kind of the last piece I've been playing on. I did download the Tales of Kenzara, but I have not had a chance to play it yet. I do have it downloaded, and hopefully next week I'll have a chance to talk about that game.
Okay, all right. Mr. Norris.
Yes. I am here. I was influenced this past weekend. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I'm sure. I was influenced this past weekend to play my Nintendo Switch, so I got a little Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in. Wait, somebody
You've been watching Nia. Welcome to the show, Nia, by the way. Welcome to the show. So you have inspired somebody to play Xenoblade 3. Let's go. It's your floor.
And it was actually a good time, man. It was a good time. The story, I gotta play a little bit more to get caught back up with the story. But as far as the gameplay, I jumped right back in. Still learning a few more things to make the game a little bit more, to make the game a little better for me. But I'm going to eventually finish that game. It's been how many years now? But I'm gonna finish that game. But since I was
there's a game that Keith did not finish.
I heard this dude go.
Oh my God! No.
You know how many times I don't drop Xenoblade?
Nah, he's just throwing shade because of the whole Metroid issue.
Hey,
That's all that is. Just shade. It's
Why
just
you just
shade.
can't let me live, bro? Let me have my moment.
And that is a personal problem. That game should have been finished.
Stop robbing me of my moments, man. I had something on Keith. You just snatched it away. Go ahead, Keith. My bad, man. I'm finna go put the Laker game on. It'll cheer me up.
Maybe. We're gonna see.
Okay.
K-Bomb, shut up, K-Bomb. Shut up.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
Shut up. I'm finna go put this game on. Go on, Keith. I hear you. Go ahead.
In the last game, since I've been influenced to play the Switch, the last game I was playing is Tales of Kenzara. I told y'all when I downloaded the demo, the game was amazing, and now everybody's saying, Keith, you were right. I get on Twitter and everybody's just writing my name, and they're like, Keith, you were so right. This game is amazing. No, I'm kidding. But I bought it on the Switch because when I sat on my couch and I got a chance to sit down and relax, I was like, man, I really don't want to play on my computer screen. But now that I'm looking at the Switch, I really do want to play on my computer screen. Listen, no hatred toward the Switch. It's doing this thing. It's doing this thing, but man, it's so hard to see on that game. I have to squint a few times. I got to sit closer a few times because I don't know. I don't know if it's moving at 60 frames a second or what, but it's choppy. The character and the background kind of get smushed together, and then the movement, it's just not fluid. But I'm getting used to it, and I guess that's a plus. But I can't wait to, turn around and probably play it again on the PC. But y'all know how I am with these Metroidvania style games. This is a really good one. Nia actually said something the other day. She compared it to Guacamelee, because I was trying to figure out like what game is this? It's Guacamelee. It's very similar to that. It's a very, very good game. Maybe one day I'll pick up Prince of Persia 2, but right now, go out and support Tales of Kenzara. Very great game. Get ready to backtrack, folks. Just get ready to
no.
No, you gotta backtrack.
I can't. Oh no.
Did you backtrack in Prince of Persia?
Yeah, but it has. The teleportations.
I mean, you can. They got fast travel on here. Oh, okay.
Like,
They got fast travel on here.
Yeah, but it has teleportations.
I mean, you can. They got fast travel on here. So
They got
you can
fast
just
travel. Okay, so
yeah.
maybe, but that's the part I hate about the Prince of Persia, is the backtracking. I don't like that. That's the worst part of the game for me.
I
I
love
hate.
it.
Ugh.
Oh, I can do
Nah,
this
I
now.
don't.
Let's see what it is. That's oh man, I love it. You run past something you can't do, and then you finally get a chance after you work for it. I love that.
Hated
But
it.
that's funny. That's all I've been playing though.
Okay, so I guess everybody got their gaming out the way. So
Oh, and Neil, you are a gamer. Don't do that. You are a gamer. Okay, 1 game, 2 games, 3 games. You a gamer. Mobile game.
to be honest, I was always going to buy it, but mostly buy it because people are hating on it because black.
Huh?
That's what she said.
Oh, her comment. That comment. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So, what did I game on this week? I got a little Mario Wonder in. No Hell Divers. Did we play Hell Divers this week? Nope. We didn't get into Hell Divers none since we talked last. But I
We
too
played last week. Yeah.
went out and bought Tales of, is this how you say the end? Zucaria? How you say that?
Kenzara.
Kenzaria. And I bought it on the PlayStation 5 because I went and watched the video to see how the Switch version looked. Now, wait a minute now. The Switch version doesn't look that bad comparable to the PlayStation 5 version. I think the choice to really blow out, no, for real, it's so zoomed out that your character is kind of small on the screen. That might be the only complaint I have about it. But the story, man, the story is dope. Like how they set it up. It's basically T'Challa, and this is basically a spin on Black Panther. That's what it is. I'm not gonna say what happened and what's going on, but the story is very intriguing. And it's about basically death and dealing with death. I say that much.
Grief.
And grief. So graphically it's nice. It does put you in the mind of Guacamelee. Visually it's like a better, more I guess a better design Guacamelee, like if they brought it up to modern systems, like that's how it looks. So, but it's a nice looking game. It's fast. It's very well voice acted. I haven't gotten through. I got the first key to open the gate, and I got a power up. And I only played like maybe 20 minutes of it. I just literally downloaded it about an hour ago. So I too has paid that as well, and I'm happy to support this startup and see their game successful. I want to play the full version of Stellar Blade, but I did play the demo, and I got to play it again to see how I feel. But we got to talk about that. But that's all I played on this week. Hopefully, before the week is out, we can get on some Hell Divers again. But that's it for me. So with that being said, I guess we can go into our topics for tonight.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. Just you're right. There's definitely some Black Panther influence, but I do want to say it does stand alone because I believe this is something that I cannot think of his name, but I think this is something he went through in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think I remember him mentioning going to his father's grave or whatever after the game was completed, and just sharing how he felt. But because I don't want people, I don't want it to be like reduced, like, oh, it's trying to copy Black Panther. I think the story so far is pretty dope. I mentioned this during the demo when the guy was like, I can't think of the spirit's name, but he was saying you got to respect the journey.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, absolutely, this game is dope already.
Yeah, when he kind of rushed off and fell and slid down.
Yeah.
He kind of had anger. Yeah, it's like I said, I wasn't saying it's 1-to-1 with Black Panther, but they are pulling on that aesthetic with the city and because it kind of looks like
Afro futurism.
Yeah, so that's there. But I mean, the storyline is its own storyline. I'm not saying that, but it has very. It feels like the original Black Panther movie to me as well. So I don't want to not, but that doesn't ruin anything for me.
Yeah, but it's similar to what the guy did for God of War because he had just became a father as well, and so he was kind of telling his story through
Mhm.
Kratos as becoming a father, and that's kind of what the guy for in this game Kinzara, because I've also like looked at some behind the scenes, and it is kind of his story in video game form in the best way he can with the
Mhm.
mixture of his culture and some modernism as well. And so I thought it was pretty legit from what I heard, and I heard the story's really good. So I'm pretty excited to give it a try, even if it has backtracking.
So that was what we've been gaming on for this week. Wrap this up. So. All right. Go! So we're going to start off with the main topic on tonight. I don't want to waste no time. So I was watching, I forgot who I was watching. And they got to talking about this particular situation here. And it kind of just really kind of set me off. And so I shared it with the fellas because I don't understand Nintendo's logic at times. So Nintendo had an opportunity. They was working behind the scenes. I think it was something. Well, let me just read it. Why Nintendo wouldn't let Samus be in Fortnite? As y'all know, there was something going on behind the scene between I think Epic and Nintendo to get Samus skins into the Fortnite game. Now, as y'all know, every popular character has found its way into Fortnite. Halo, Master Chief, Kratos, Dragon Ball Z, Goku, Vegeta,
Avatar, Marvel,
Marvel
DC,
character, DC character, Superman,
Wars.
Batman, Star
Star
Wars.
Wars. Yep.
Has Nathan Drake and them been in there yet?
I don't know if they have. John Wick is in there. I know that.
John Wick. Okay.
But almost anybody who's really known from
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
He had a whole
rapper,
concert.
Had
He
a
had a
whole
whole concert.
Yeah. So this game had and 2K Bum's credit, he's been singing the tune of this for a while. I don't know why we don't talk about Fortnite. It's the biggest game in the world.
In the world. Easily.
in the universe. So
Easily.
in the universes in the Milky Way. Anyway,
The cosmos.
So this game, and then last week, K-Bomb, that we put that list up of the number one selling game on all platforms.
Playing.
Number one played. Yeah. Thank you for the correction. Slap yourself, level.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I didn't slap myself. Hold on. Slap yourself. All right, so most played game on all. Listen, y'all, all
every last
platforms. So this is the ultimate opportunity to take a character, an IP of yours that is not as popular as the Mario and Link's, and give her an opportunity to be played by literally everybody that plays on all these systems. So let's read this and let's kind of talk about, because this literally got under my skin. So why Nintendo wouldn't let Samus be in Fortnite? Company insists that Metroid Star be Switch exclusive. This is the dumbest. Switch exclusive, former Epic exec reveals. So back in 2021, court document released as part of Epic Games' legal battle with Apple revealed that Epic had at some point planned to put Samus Aran in Fortnite, but a skin based on the futuristic bounty hunter from Nintendo's Metroid series never materialized. As y'all can see, I'm fussing about it. Given the documents also mention some already released characters, including Kratos from God of War, Halo, Master Chief, and some speculated that Samus might have been intended to represent Nintendo alongside these, the PlayStation and Xbox mascots. Am I reading good, Nia? Give me some credit. I like them claps right there. I'm reading good. I'm dramatizing and acting this out. Let's go. So anyway.
You are clapping yourself.
Yes, I'm clapping myself.
Oh, yo, hey, yo.
So Nintendo also, aside these PlayStation and mascots, in Fortnite Game and Legend series, Kratos and the Chief were both added in late 2020. Now, thanks to an interview with former Epic creator, lead Donald Mustard, now I'm messing up, K-Bump, thank you. In the Game Files newsletters, we know why Samus never joined them. I want 3 things, Mustard said. If the 3 iconic characters, I wanted 3 things, Mustard said, of the 3 iconic characters, but Nintendo couldn't, how do you say that? That word stuck me. Contensant,
Oh, where you at?
countenance,
Countenance.
countenance, okay. Nintendo couldn't countenance its prize. That made no sense to me. What does
Wait.
countenance mean?
Oh,
That
hold
seems
on.
off to me.
You got me. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I did. When I was reading, I was like, why would
That's throwback.
couldn't countenance? Nia, help us out. Why would they use countenance here? I don't. It's not really. Anyway, countenance
Support.
is So
Support.
okay, that's another word for support. Okay, so Nintendo couldn't support its prized character appearing on rivals' systems. Let's stop right freaking there. What? You can't handle Samus or any of your IP characters, even though it's just a skin, showing up on your competitor's device on a third-party game that has Master Chief on your device, Kratos on your device, Dragon Ball Z on your device. But you, Nintendo, can't handle seeing Mario, Link, Zelda, or Samus on a PlayStation or an Xbox. This is plain idioticness. They got really hung up on their characters showing up on platforms that weren't their platform. Nintendo, what is your problem? They would be thrilled to have Nintendo characters in Fortnite, but just only if it's on their platform. This is the reason, y'all. This is the reason Samus, the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy, couldn't show up as a skin in the biggest game on all platforms because Nintendo couldn't countenance. They couldn't countenance their characters being.
I was gonna let it breathe a little bit.
They couldn't
job.
countenance.
I was
their
trying not to
character.
laugh. I'm sorry, but he just said it with so much authority that I had to
Yeah,
respond.
that's what they wrote in the article. Nintendo couldn't countenance their characters being on these other platforms. People, we
Hi,
gotta,
Stephen A.
people, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, y'all. We have to talk. This logic.
You said the last part, right?
Yeah, let me get to it. Okay, so I'm so upset. Nintendo requests for a Switch exclusivity for Metroid or Samus meet and red line of Epics on Mustard explained. For me and for all of Epic, we're like, that is an absolute must. We want to make sure that Fortnite is the same experience no matter what screen or device you're playing on. So Epic then wanted a parody. Sony is giving characters. Microsoft is giving their iconic characters, and they're allowed to be everywhere, which is smart. It's free promotion. But Nintendo wanted Epic to make Samus exclusive to Nintendo's platform. This is the dumbest thing in the world. So, for anyone familiar with the tight control Nintendo exerts over its prized properties, is not a surprising anecdote. But it's notable that the company remains one of the few holdouts against Fortnite's gigantic crossover marketing power. Epic has been able to overcome the misgivings of most of the rest of the entertainment business. This all after is now a game in which Spider-Man, Batman, Darth Vader, and even John Wick can appear side by side. People, I don't know who want to go first because I need to calm down before I go. Because if I go, I'm going to blow my microphone up. I'm going to be talking, I'm going to be yelling, I'm going to be ranting. So who want to take the floor and give your boy Level a chance to detox a little bit?
I'll take the floor.
Go ahead.
Man, Nintendo has always historically done interesting and made interesting choices. But you know what? Nintendo, I understand. See, Nintendo has a good woman in Samus.
Oh, hold on. We about to preach this.
Like what? There it is. Nintendo has a good woman in Samus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful bounty hunter. Okay.
Yeah, she
Now
is.
they say that she can be in the game, but only on the Switch. Only on the Switch. But I cannot countenance. Somebody help me say countenance.
Countenance.
Seeing her on another console in 4K resolution. That's the problem. How dare you look better
4K
on somebody else's system than you look for me? How dare you?
You better
You
not,
over here
girl.
in 900p on my system,
Hey, man,
but you
say
in
that
4K.
Again. Say that again, Keith. I dare you, the audacity, the unmitigated
The
gall.
audacity of you looking good in 4K and looking at 900p on my system. If she can't be 900p, she can't be 4K. She gotta stay home.
Ooh.
I feel you, Nintendo. I feel you. It's dumb,
That's a good
but I
take.
feel you. That's really all I had to say. I think that's what I really think that's what it boils down to. Because if she's gonna be playable on your system is playing against other people, then they're gonna see her. But I don't understand this whole idea that she can't go and play in somebody else's yard unless you take it the way I just took it. But anyway, that's all I got. Hope y'all enjoy.
That is that's a good take. I'm a play on that when it's my turn. K-Bum, the floor is yours. Make sense of this idiocy that go ahead.
So for starters, I'm having a very hard time getting over the fact that Keith just described Nintendo as a pimp. I am I am having a very difficult time trying to unsee that. Because you said if she can't play in my yard for 980, she ain't going in your yard. You just described the pimp. Nintendo is pimp and said, "Oh Lord have mercy." Oh Lord, I just that was good though. I love that. So. I'm taking it from a different angle than Level again. The way we saying. So the thing is, the most powerful thing Nintendo has, and this is something that has been repeated to me over and over and over again. The most powerful thing Nintendo has is their first party, is their IPs. That is their golden calf. It is their IPs, and it is only them. We know how reluctant they was to go into the space of mobile, and how they were of even sharing their character on the big screen again after that humongous flop. Well, I guess it wasn't a humongous flop. We all watched it when we was kids, so I would call it a humongous flop. It just wasn't a good movie. Let me put it like that. It wasn't a good movie, but it wasn't a flop, I don't think. So the best thing they have going for themselves is not their hardware, which their hardware is excellent when it comes to the mobile aspect, the playability. that you get from it, the uniqueness of those systems. But the most important thing Nintendo has going for them that keep people coming back year after year is their IPs. And so you can rationalize the fact that they are very protective of their IPs. With that being said, Negro, this ain't Mario.
Man, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Negro, this ain't Mario. What you mean? Put Samus on the mother consoles. What is wrong
Did
with
he say
y'all?
Negro? Did he say the N word? I gotta bleep this out.
I wasn't ready.
I'm going.
Negro is a
I'm
very I can
messing.
use
I'm
that
messing.
word. I am okay. YouTube algorithm, it is okay. But come on, man. You act like they just took Zelda from you. Come on, man. It's Samus. I'm not saying to downplay Samus. Samus is definitely integral to Nintendo's IPs, but it's not like they said, "Give me your best character," like they did for Xbox, because the icon of Xbox is Halo, and one can argue the icon of PlayStation is Kratos, especially after the 2018 God of War. But for Samus. When the last new Metroid game other than Dread came out?
It was
So
Metroid remake, the remake of the
no
Metroid Prime.
new something new,
New.
not a
Okay.
remake, something new. I know Dread came out. So I guess you can classify Dread. Let me not just throw Dread under the bus like that. That is a new Metroid. It's not the one people waiting on, Metro Prime, but still a Metroid. But yeah. I see how protective they are, but come on, man. It's Samus. Like I said, like Keith said, it's all right.
Where you going dressed like that?
So-
PlayStation?
So let me send some shots out. DJ Fanatic, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome. I'm trying to make sure I ain't missing nobody. Who else down here? Did I miss anybody? No. So welcome to the show. All right. So I've calmed down. I think I can be rational and paced and calm in my retort, in my take. So the thing is, while I understand that Nintendo, like many are saying here in the comment section, is very protective of their IP, I get it. What's up, Chariot Man? Welcome to the show. I get it. They are protective of their mascots, their characters. I understand it. But there are moments that are bigger than your what's the word? Your methods or your ways. I don't know what word I want to use. Give me a word, somebody down there. What is Level trying to say? Some things are bigger than your practices. Your traditions. That's the word. That's a good word. Your tradition.
That works.
So if there was any other situation, I'd be like, I don't blame. That's their IP. They don't want to share it. But this was a grand opportunity for a character that does not get the love that she deserves. She needs, like Keith said, to be able to flaunt her stuff elsewhere to possibly get the attention that she deserves. Now, I want to show y'all something, because what did he say? K-Bum, he said this was an opportunity for what? No, what did the reader say? Fortnite would be a great platform for what? For marketing, right?
Yep.
Look at this. But it is noticeable that the company remains one of the few holdouts against Fortnite's gigantic crossover marketing power. Sony understands Kratos will sell more and appeal more being on in the Fortnite game. Microsoft understands that their mascot, Master Chief, Halo, will get more eyes and possibly generate sales from being on this gigantic crossover marketing machine called Fortnite. Now let me show y'all something, just to show y'all just how much of an opportunity this would have been for Samus. These are the sales of all the Metroid Prime and Metroid games. These are the sales. Look at this. Metroid, 2.7 million. Metroid 2, Return of Samus, 1.7 million. Super Metroid, 1.4 million. Metroid Fusion, 1.6 million. I'm not saying the whole number. Metroid Prime, 2.8 million. They don't have the numbers for Metroid Zero Mission. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, 1.1 million. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. This is the Wii. 100 million systems sold. It only managed to move 1.41 million units. Metroid Prime Trilogy, no number. Metroid Other M, they probably shame of that game. Metroid Prime Federation Force, probably shame of that one. Metroid Samus Return, no numbers. Metroid Dread. Switch. How many Switches is out there, Keith?
Over 100.
130, 140, something like that.
100, close to 140 million. You want to know how many units Metroid Dread has moved?
What they do?
3 million.
That's the most so far.
That's the highest one. Metroid Prime Remake, 1 million systems. Unit 1 million units moved. Metroid Prime 4, we don't know because we haven't seen it. This is the character, and it goes back to what you said, K-Bomb. This ain't Mario. This is not Link. This is not Donkey. Did Samus even get a cameo in the Mario movie?
I don't think so.
So y'all treating Samus like a stepchild. Y'all got her like Princess what's her name? Cinderella up in the all the way up at the top of the mansion. Back there with mice, come out every now and again. And y'all could have put her in a space that would let people who are not as familiar with this character and what she is and what she does, and y'all refuse to do it because y'all couldn't make it exclusive to your platform. When the idea would be to market her to as many as you possibly can, so when you come out with Metroid Prime 4, people might be familiar with that character, be like, oh, that's the character I saw in Fortnite. She has a game. I wish I had one of them tie-dye samples.
Sound bites.
So but what Keith, what you said kind of makes me ponder a little bit. Could it be that part of the reason why might be that they want it exclusive and they just controlling their characters, but could it be the fear of Samus looking good in that HD glory, and they scared it may not look like that on Metroid Prime 4?
We know it's not going to look like that.
Well, you know they saying Metroid Prime 4 looks amazing. That's the rumor.
I also heard it's still on the Switch.
I know that. Well, you think you beat me to the punch. So,
oh, my bad.
So that was an interesting take because that could also be what's the word? Influencer of their decision. Because if you put it on the PlayStation 5 and Samus just shining and her armor is shining and then you come on the Switch and she all dull and faded out, that's gonna be a problem. And it's gonna really show you just how dated Nintendo is with their graphics and stuff. That was a good take. So to me, either way, I think it would have been smart to put Samus on Fortnite. I think she needs that platform. She needs an opportunity to shine outside of the other two. And we know I don't even know if do we consider her a trilogy character? I know we do, but is she really?
Is she a what kind of character?
Trilogy, a Trinity character. Like we got, we always put her, that holy trinity of Nintendo, Mario, Zelda, and we say Metro, but is she really?
I think
Based on these sales, I don't think she is. I don't think she. What's the next biggest Mario? What's the next? That's a single player game. Like we know
Pokemon.
Mario Kart is a Smash Bros. We can't count Smash Bros. Mario Kart.
But they got smashed those, bro.
Yeah.
But we got Smash
So
Bros.
what's the
though.
single player? What's the next biggest single player? It's Donkey Kong, I think.
I think it'll have to be Donkey Kong just for the legacy of it. Let
me see. I'm gonna look it up.
But that poses another question while you're looking it up. Metroidvania style games, do they even sell in general? Did Ori and the Blind Forest or Will and the Wisp, did that sell? Guacamelee, did that sell in numbers? Because I'm wondering if this style of gameplay, does it even resonate with gamers today?
What what?
The Metroidvania style.
Well, Mario.
I know people love Castlevania, but
I mean, Mario Wonder moved over 13, 14 million already. So that's not a
Metroid. Yeah, no, that's not a Metroidvania though.
So let's look at this. Okay, here's the Donkey Kong. So not to belabor this too long. So Donkey Kong, I guess the original is 1.13 million. Donkey Kong Jr. 1.11 million. Donkey Kong 3 doesn't have any numbers. Donkey Kong Classic 1.56 million. Donkey Kong 3.07 million, so 3 million. Donkey Kong Country, look at this, 9.3 million on the Super NES. 2.19 million on the Game Boy, and 1.8 million on the Game Boy Advance. So Donkey Kong got some numbers up under not all of them moved that many, but I remember that game came out. That was groundbreaking. We didn't see none of that with Metroid. Donkey Kong Land, 3.9 million. Donkey Kong Country 2, 5.1 or 5.15 million. Donkey Kong Land 2, 2.35 million. Donkey Kong Country 3, 3.5 million. Donkey Kong Land 3, 1 million. Donkey Kong 64, 5 million. I'm just gonna cut the ends off. Donkey Kong Country Return 6 million. Donkey Kong Country Return 3D, I guess on the 3DS, 2 million or close to 3 million. And Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze between the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U was right at 6 million and 62,000 units. So Donkey Kong can move him like the Dread didn't even get, it only barely bust 3 million. So I can't even say she's part of the Trinity there. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they should have put her on there. I think she should have, alongside Kratos and Samus. I think what's his name, Donald, had a good idea. I just think Nintendo was being idiotic. Let me read some of these comments down here. Let me see what people are saying. Metro Prime, okay, this is D2K. Metro Prime games struggle to sell 3.4 million. As iconic as a franchise it is, it has never been a big mover. Right. There is really no logical stance Nintendo can have to be overprotective. Absolutely. Let me see what Nia said. If Fortnite was Japanese, they probably would at least let it be exclusive. But I don't know. Because I think it's Epic saying we don't want to make it exclusive. They turned that down. Nintendo wanted to be exclusive. Epic's like, no, if you're gonna give it to us, we want parity. We want it everywhere like all the other characters are. We not withholding Kratos from you. We not withholding Master Chief from you. Every character that's here is on your platform, so why your character too good to be elsewhere when they with you? So I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with Epic. If you don't want to play ball and be show parity across the board, and you trying to make your game only show up like, nah, bro, you kick rocks. I know y'all Nintendo, and I know Samus, but go ahead and sell another 3 million when we could have probably bumped that up a couple of million because more people got familiar with your character. If you don't understand that we're not back in, like Nintendo and some of their practices need to evolve. I understand your IPs are money makers, but sometimes just like you sent your game to be on mobile devices, sometimes some moves make sense. This made sense. This made all the sense in the world. This is a really bad look for Nintendo right now. It's a dumb one, definitely. It's a dumb look. I mean, it's a dumb look, definitely that. That's like put Mario characters in Minecraft. That would be smart. And let them be everywhere so people can become familiar with your characters who don't frequent your system. So to me, this was a dumb decision by Nintendo. I'm gonna let Keith and K-Bump give their final thoughts if they have any. Any final thoughts on this before we move on?
I'm just reading Nia's comment. I'm trying to make sure I understand this. He says, "Why do they feel entitled?" He says, "Epic is entitled. Then, in that case, why do they feel entitled to these characters if the option was available?" That's just my opinion. I just don't understand why y'all made, but it's not Epic's IP. And so, and the thing is, like, I'm mad. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So the thing is, and the part we're making out is that, like, everybody. I mean, we kind of explained it from the beginning. Everybody has jumped on the Epic train already. Like, it's not like they were asking for Nintendo to be the first at something, right? Epic has literally every modernized character that has hit movies or cartoons or anime in their game. It's pretty much One Punch Man is there. Like I said, Goku is like it's. But the fact that Nintendo is the only one really like nah. It's cool for everybody else to do it, but you know what I'm saying. You got to make special considerations for us, accommodations and considerations. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're kind of pointing that out. But yeah, Epic isn't entitled to those characters. And Nintendo is still Nintendo's IP, and they still can do and make decisions that they want. But it's just, I think it is a slightly foolish statement. Like if they would have asked for Mario, then I can see Nintendo being like, "Man, you tripping." That's reserved for special occasions. And that's probably the most iconic video game character. I think they did a study on it. I think Mario is the most iconic and recognizable video game character. So I understand that. And they didn't even go for number 2. They didn't even go for Zelda, who I would consider, in my opinion, number 2 when it comes to Nintendo IP. They went for 3, 4 just so they can have a case. And Nintendo was still like, nah, we cool. That's kind of my point on it. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, let me take a stab at it. So Nia, you said if there was middle ground offer, why not play ball? And I think you say I get what y'all are saying, but what I'm saying is there was a middle ground offered. If the numbers made sense, they could open it to others. Now, okay, cool, but that's not what was offered. So let's just deal with what was offered. And let me use this analogy. Everybody remember 106 in Park, right? 106 in
106
Park.
Park. Yeah, 106 Park.
Okay,
Yep.
our TRL is a TRL on MTV?
I think that's right.
Okay, let's use these shows, right? And let's say every artist has come on those shows and promoted their music and did a concert there, a song here and there, and it's broadcast everywhere. But then all of a sudden, this one particular artist, his or her stipulation for coming on is this episode to only air where they want it to air. What is 106 in Park gonna say?
Next.
Why? Because everybody else understands the opportunity and the platform that's been. Fortnite doesn't need Nintendo. Fortnite doesn't need Samus. Fortnite is not losing anything. Nintendo is the one actually losing here because what did they say? This is a gigantic crossover marketing platform. You will want just like everybody try to get on the Tonight Show. Why? Because it's a popular show. If you get on there, it broadcasts you out in front of everybody. The opportunity is to be in front of eyes that you're normally not in front of. If it's only going to be exclusive to Nintendo, what's the point? We play with Samus all the time. We have access to her anytime we want to. It's those other groups that don't play her or don't have the system or not as familiar. This is an opportunity for Nintendo to get Samus more popular, more exposure. And so the opportunity is really for Nintendo, because if I'm Epic, Samus is not Kratos. Samus in sales, like when you look at sales, Samus is not Kratos. Samus is not Master Chief. Those are Mario level characters. They're not Mario. They ain't not even Link. But that's the equivalent. So Sony gave you our flagship character, Kratos. The biggest character we got. Yeah, you can put it on Nintendo platform. Yeah, you can put it on Microsoft platform. Microsoft antes up. Yeah, you can have Master Chief. You can put it on Nintendo's platform. You can put it on Sony platform. They come to Nintendo and ask for Samus. Not Mario, not Link, not even Donkey Kong. Samus. And you saying no? At some point, Nintendo got to stop, man. I get what you're saying, Nia, and I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm just saying I understand Epic's position. This is more of an opportunity for you than it is for us.
It was more of an all or nothing decision. Like it was never really okay. I just want the character. It was always I want the character in this fashion.
Right.
So yeah, Nintendo offered, but that was never anything that they were going to do, because I don't believe they have any exclusive characters. Only thing I think exclusive is the time, right? When you can get those characters before they actually go away out the store. But I don't think there's any exclusivity to any characters or skin. This is what it is in Fortnite. So that's just.
I get it. She said, if I'm trying to catch up, she said, I don't disagree with you. I know you don't. But I'm seeing another side too. Clearly. And she said, if Sony said the same thing, I wouldn't be mad. But that's the thing. That's the thing right there. Sony wouldn't say that because Sony understands the opportunity. Sony understands. This is a Japanese company too. But they understand that the world is bigger than us. This is the biggest game in gaming.
The world.
The universe. This is Krypton knows about this game. Anyway, let me stop. So
Krypton knows about Fortnite.
So this is the biggest platform. It's like an artist saying, I don't want my music on Apple. I don't want my music on Spotify. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you are limiting the scope of your character And look at the sales. Y'all don't even want to make the game much because it doesn't sell. And this is, like K-Bum said it, this is not Mario. This is not Link and Zelda. This is a character that should be selling way more, and she don't. And it's because there are not many outside of the Nintendo world is familiar with her. And
I bet you, if they would have asked for Kid Icarus, Nintendo would have been like, "Nah,
No,
make it
yeah.
exclusive."
No. And
So let me-
that's my issue. Go ahead, Kate. Keep on. Keith.
I just want to add, Nintendo's been very consistent. So thinking that they were going to change and say, yeah, go ahead and she can go over there and play, when they haven't done it historically. I was going through the comment section with some of the people, and they brought up Soul Calibur and how Link was on Soul Calibur 2, and he was dope in the game, but he was only on the GameCube version.
Yeah.
He was only on the GameCube version. So Nintendo's, what they're saying right now lines up exactly with what they said 10, 15, 20 years ago. But I was going through this list of best-selling video games, and you kept bringing up Kratos and some other PlayStation IP, maybe some Xbox IP. There is only one PlayStation exclusive game in this list if you go to Wikipedia, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. Can you even believe that? Horizon Zero Dawn at 24 million copies sold for PlayStation 4.
Wow,
That is the only PlayStation exclusive on this list.
I would never guess that one. Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Wow.
So yeah, she Kratos can go over there and play. Anybody else want to go over there and play? Go to Fortnite and go play. I can't remember the girl name in Horizon. She got to stay home though. But
Aloy.
yeah, I see it. Hey,
Aloy.
Who? Aloy.
Let
Okay.
me read. Oh, go ahead, Keith. My bad.
But no, I just want to say that little snippet. But Nintendo's being consistent. I mean, it's kind of a mute point. I agree. She should be over there. I think what's that new game? I got it. The latest PlayStation exclusive that just came to PC.
Helldivers?
No, the shooter game.
The shooter.
It is Returnal. People have been modding Samus in Returnal on the PC.
Makes sense.
So people do want to play with the character. Just putting it out there.
So I'm gonna read some of the comments. I said D2K said just because they have the right to do it doesn't mean it makes sense, which it doesn't. Not logical or financially. Nia said not in response to D2K, I don't think. She said, I really don't care as much. So
That's funny.
it says so DJ Fanatic said, what are they saying in the article, the comments in the article? Okay. You want to see the comments in the article. Okay, let me see. Let me see if they got any comments. Do they got any comments?
That's a good question. I used to love going to the comments on articles. Yeah, they got some.
Am I missing them? Oh, okay. Here they are. So Spider Kitty says, we want to make sure Spider Kitty, we want to make sure that Fortnite is the same experience no matter what screen or device you're playing on, unless you are playing on Mac. So anyway,
wait, what that mean?
I don't know. I guess Mac is not right. So Dark Jaguar says, I feel like every new character tossed into Battle Royale. I feel like every new character tossed into Battle Royale, but fun, just diminishes their property by association. Anyway, I don't know what some of these, I don't want to read these comments, man. They ain't talking about nothing. So anyway, they ain't even talking about what the article's even about. But my thing is this, and I don't need to look at
it is Battle Royale, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna say, I get what Nia's saying. I understand it's Nintendo's IP. They have the right to do whatever they want to do. But like D2K said, some things make sense, and you got an IP that needs more exposure, and your own platform is not doing it. When you got sales like this, when you have sales like what I just read off, and this is supposed to be an iconic character to us, and even we're not buying it. Again, look at those numbers. This is from the original all the way up to the unreleased 4. All that added up may add up to 20 million copies, if that. Let me see. I'm gonna round up 3, 5, 6.5.
Are we doing math?
I'm trying to add all this up. I'm trying to see what that would be. So
Use your
that's
fingers.
It's about 18. All the Metroids ever sold has moved between 16 to 18 million units. Mario is doing that by itself. Zelda is doing that by itself.
Finally.
Animal Crossing is doing that by itself. I mean, at least Zelda is moving at least 9 to 10 million units a game or a generation. This is literally, I'm adding up, this going all the way up through Super Nintendo, and you barely cracking 10 million. Up to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. That's the Wii. So from the Nintendo all the way up to the Wii, you looking at about 13, not even 13. Yeah, about 13 million. That's terrible. That's how many generations? Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, Wii. That's 5 generations, and this IP has only managed to move across all 3 of them 13 million units. And then you come up and you add another 4 or 5 million onto that. So, like I said, about 18 million units in Nintendo, Super NES, N64, GameCube, Wii U, Switch. That's 7 systems. And you have managed to move across all 7 of them. And that's not even adding up the 3DSs and all that, the DS and the 3DS. So that's about 8, 9, at least 9, 10 systems. And you only managed across all of them to move 17 million units when it comes to this character. It tells me that the character needs help. Because to me, Samus is cool as heck. And her games are dope. There's no reason why these games shouldn't be 10 plus million every time it comes out, but it's not. So, yeah, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense at all. I leave it alone, though. I leave it alone. So where are we going next? Do we want to talk about
let's talk about Stella Blade.
Stella Blade. Okay, so
Yes, I ain't understand this one. Y'all gotta help me.
So there's been, and I don't understand it either. And maybe we can get some help. Nia, you might be able to help us. DK, all y'all in the comment section, help us out. So apparently, people, especially in the Western Hemisphere, has a problem with the Stellar Blade model. So let me look this up. No, I don't want to go to Bling. Let's stay in Google. Bling don't be pulling up great articles. So apparently she's been kind of body shamed. One said that her body is not realistic, even though she is actually based off of 1-to-1 replica and maybe some enhancements in her rear area. She's a replica of a real model in Japan, 1-to-1. Like they showed them together. So let me get this up here. So let me see if I can find an article. I'm trying to see, but anybody can go ahead and talk as I look this up. Let me ask this in the comment section and right here on the podcast. Do any of you have a problem with Eve's body and her design?
Are you asking us?
Yeah, and in the comment section.
No, of course not.
Okay.
She's not as unproportionate as a Barbie doll. Like, that's unrealistic,
I just
right?
look at it as fiction.
And even that is like it's. I don't have an issue with her. I don't have an issue with her body size. So let's say this: if there's any issue I have with Stella Blade or with Eve, is maybe it's the over sexualization of the character. But I don't have an issue with the character's body style. I do think they kind of over sexualize her. I think they put her in some particular positions in her combat, and also I saw some guy who was just walking up and down stairs because I mean a ladder because apparently the camera goes right up close behind when she goes up ladder. So if anything, it would be the over sexualization of the character, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the actual character herself. I think that's fair. And I think it's
I gotta
more
find that.
realistic than some of the other characters that you would normally see from Japan, where that body type would absolutely not exist. So I don't. I like I said, my issue is if there's any issue, would be with the over sexualization of it.
Okay, Keith, go ahead. Yo, Flo, I'm gonna try to also find that video I shared with you guys and play some of it.
I don't know how to come back from last week. The way I was acting, I mean, I was giving a little entertainment, but I no, seriously, I agree with K-Mon. It was cool when you first saw it. You was like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, truly, honestly, this is me being me now. It is a little over the top, and it's because that's not the focal point of the game. You know, they did a lot of stuff in the game for this to be, you know, a conversation, I guess you could say. Like they invested in a story and the other characters that has very unique styles that kind of gives me reminiscences of Bayonetta's angels and demons and stuff like that. Very unique stuff that you could talk about in this game, and we're talking about, I guess, because you see her 90% of the game or 95% of the game, and yeah, it's definitely overly sexualized. But if she's 1-to-1 to that Korean model, I mean, it is what it is at that point.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find that video that I thought I sent it to y'all, where they was kind of talking about the issue. So the complaint is, and they was kind of calling hypocrisy. But if I can find it, I'm gonna play it, but I can't find it right now. So the thing is this: all the complaints about this character is, my opinion, it's just honestly nonsensical. I get the over sexualizing of her, but that's Bayonetta. We never heard this much complaining about Bayonetta. And there's plenty of other characters that have been what's her name in what's her name? Laura Croft.
She was controversial back in the day.
Yeah, but she in the new model was sexy. Then nobody complained about her hips. Her hips was no different. She looked good in that game, and nobody complained.
Hold on. You talking about the trilogy?
Yeah, the remake, the reboot trilogy. She looked good in them games.
She's all right. She
looked good in them games. I'm gonna read some of this. So it starts off and says, all it looks like to me is softcore porn. Stella Blade continues to prove controversial as players complain. This is what this is coming from. Who is this from? IMBD.
They didn't play more Japanese games.
As players complain that too much focus is put on E's physics. Okay. Of course, you know, the one of the statements was from the developer is they wanted her to have a nice rear end because you're going to be seeing it, but there was nothing to me fake about it. I get if you just feel like it's overly sexual. I can get that. Stellar Blade continues to get the internet to talk about the content of the game, with some users saying that it is just fan service that has almost no story or character development in it development at all. The protagonist of the game, Eve, is a very sexualized character, and even the director of Stellar Blade has admitted that she was made with features fans want. However, the controversy is not over, and Stellar Blade keeps making headlines about Eve's body type. This has users generally asking, what is the game about? What is more important, Eve's physics or Stellar Blade's gameplay? Eve is the center of controversy regarding Stellar Blade. I don't know how to say Hanya T. Kim. I don't know how to say that. The CEO of Shift Up Corporation, the studio behind the game, has already confirmed that Eve, Stellar Blade protagonist, is based on, correction for me, a South Korean model, Shin, I don't know how, I'm not finna even attempt. Yeah, South Korean model. Kim talked about how Eve was created for players, especially her. Do I want to go to the full? Yeah, let's go to the full article. I thought that was all of it. So let's see if we can get there. Where is it at? Okay, so let me make sure I can get to the. Kim talks about how Eve was created for players, especially her body, because the camera is always pointed at the rear of this character. That said, the gameplay and the graphic quality of the title seems to be another great feature. Highlighted statement, we put practically everything you can do with a blade into the game. This is what the director said in her words. But some users on X have begun to ask, or Twitter, have begun to ask if there is something more to Stellar Blade aside from Eve's body. Many posts only discuss this one aspect and do not show any gameplay or talk about the story of Stellar Blade at all.
Lord have mercy. This article.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is fake outrage. This is fake outrage, y'all.
This is fake, bro.
This is fake outrage because we living in a time where if you can't do nothing. The character never looked fake to me. There was nothing fake about it. We've seen women with that body shape. There was nothing exaggerated about. Now, if you don't want to, just like Bayonetta, if you don't want the overly sexualized, I get that. I'm with that. I too wrestled with some of the sexual nature of Bayonetta. But I don't remember this much controversy around Bayonetta, and Bayonetta has literally, from the demo I played of Stellar Blade, Bayonetta is way over the top. And I've never heard this much complaining about her and the stuff she do. And the poses she do. It's all sex with Bayonetta. This just is a good looking character model.
They did a good job.
Right. They did a good job on the
They achieved their goal.
They use sex for their own benefit and sexualization. That's a better word. Sexualization for their own benefit. Like either I'm going to talk negative about it or I'm going to talk positive about it. You know what I mean? It's like no matter how they're going to use it in the way. So this article is just honing in on it. And when there's a whole like I'm looking at screenshots of her fighting this big monster, I could care less what she's wearing if I was actually playing this part of the game, honestly, because I'm trying to beat this dude. So I don't know. They just use it however they want to use it, man. I don't.
Yeah, I'm calling fake outrage. I think people jumping on the bandwagon because a lot of people are having a lot to say, so people jump on and pile on, and they really don't have nothing to say about this game. That's what I think. D2K said, I don't see why there is a controversy over something you don't have to play. Good point. If something is offensive to me, I just leave it alone. That's not for me, and that's okay. Right. I agree with that.
Have they looked at the model?
Had they looked at them? Let me see if I can find. I'm trying to be careful because looking up this stuff, you might mess around.
Well, I say I'm talking about them. Have they looked at the model of the character? I mean, whatever her name is.
The actual model.
Yeah, the actual model. The actual
The
model.
girl that
Not the
she's
character model.
based off. The girl.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find her. They like.
Here's my thing. My point. Was any of them alive when DOA came out? Because
Yeah,
wow.
True.
Because I'm sorry that the jiggle physics in DOA, and I'm not even that type of dude, but it was top notch. They had succeeded and they succeeded so well in jiggle physics. They made an entire game of the
Volleyball.
girls on the beach in bikinis. Like this ain't brand. Literally, it was a whole game. It wasn't even DOA. It was just the DOA girls on the beach in bikinis.
True.
That was the game. That was it.
And I never bought it because I was never into that.
I wasn't. I never bought it either. I wasn't into it either. I've never got into that. But I'm just using that to say that this is an actual game, and this is and if people have to understand this. This is the age of social media, and you and developers understand that if you can generate some controversy with your game, you can get people interested in your game. And what they did was they accomplished the goal they were shooting for, which was to make this game a little, hey, you know what I'm saying, so that they could generate some eyes on their game that they probably would not have gotten if it was just a regular model looking like that chick from Fable. I don't know if you got to remember that model with that strong chin.
I'm trying to.
Oh, you talking about the Xbox Showcase thing?
Yeah, the Xbox Showcase.
Yeah,
The model
yeah.
had that strong chin. But they knew if they can just add it because I think it's a little bit too much, but I don't think it takes away from the game. I think the game is still a good game. I think they still spent the time just because people are choosing to focus on that. The focus on the sexuality to me doesn't take away from the fact that the game is still a pretty good RPG, and it has good and tight controls. Like if people want to focus on that, then yeah. But the developer didn't spend 3 years just developing the character, and you have a terrible game. There's still a very good game around that, and like I said, they have a little bit. I would say a little bit too much on the over sexualization, but I don't think is over the top to the point where it's unplayable for that game. So I don't know.
Right.
I'm in agreement with Level. I think it's fake outrage.
And
I think
this is
people
coming
just
from
want to find a way to get mad.
I'm saying I get as a guy friend, man, I get the over sexualization. That I wrestle with that. As being a gamer, trying to play these games, sometimes they doing a little too much. So, yes, does this game fall into that? Yes. Is it the first? No. And that's my problem. This is not the first game that was like this. So why we acting like this is because of agendas and narratives. But anyway, so I'm not gonna go. I'm trying to dang it. What just happened? I had it pulled up. And then it fell off. Okay, so let me go back. So this is the model. And I'm trying to be careful. And I'm trying to keep. This is the model. She looks like the model she's based off of. Now I'm pretty sure that they may have enhanced her derriere, but she looks like this model. Anyway, we've seen enough. So y'all can see that. Yeah, I'm being careful. So I don't want to. I'm trying to keep
careful, sir.
Yeah. So as y'all can see, she wasn't too far off from the model that she's based on. I'm with D2K. If it's uncomfortable, don't play it, but don't try to act like that they made a fake. Like they were saying that the character is fake. No, there's no they don't know what a real woman looks like. The character doesn't look fake. In
No,
the
it
sense of it looks like women we see all the time. Like I don't understand.
One
That's what threw me
Instagram
off.
models.
Instagram models and all that. And anyway,
They're more fake than the game character. To be honest, they
yeah.
have more plastic. And anyway, let me stop.
Nia said we find men like Leon attractive though.
Oh yeah, I did want to touch on a point that she made. She
Yeah, go
made a
ahead.
point. She made a point that says women should be able to be ugly in video games, and I agree. And that was their direction with Aloy. They didn't make Aloy to be sexy. They made her to be a regular looking person, and I know, and people were actually upset that Aloy was a little ugly looking. I don't think I don't think she was ugly. I don't think the character was ugly, but she was a little. There's a little on the ugly side. But I didn't. It didn't deter me from the game. I played both games. I finished both games, and it was a fun game. Long, but yeah. But she also made a point that men should be. She's just asking for parity. You're gonna over sexualize the women, then over sexualize the men too. She needs some of those characters in her life because she said she would play that game
Who's saying this?
immediately.
Who's saying this?
Nia, she would
Wait a
play
minute.
it immediately if the guy was over sexualized.
Crazy Toast ain't running around here with bulging muscles and shoot, how many we got? That's always
Well,
been in gaming.
But hold on.
Nah.
We as heterosexual men don't know what that looks like for women.
Okay,
We
true,
think
true.
big muscles, blah, blah, blah. They might
Right.
find something that more. I don't know. So
Right,
I'm
true.
gonna get out of that one.
I know. Real quick. I know that one of they showed another game. I can't remember the name of the game. That's more is tipping into the. I guess they was in the LGBT lane and they were overly sex. They was models was Anyway, that game was, if you read the comment section, some of the same people that was having hostility towards this game was praising that game and talking about how turned on they were about these characters. So it's crazy, man. So I'm just gonna stay over here in this Christian lane. Just be like I'm good. But I'm gonna say this. I'm trying to stay, putting on my Christian lens. I see the discomfort, and I too. Like when I was like, man, and I don't want to come off like, am I buying this character just to look at, or am I buying the game to play the game? And I think I'll be buying the game to play the game. I played Bayonetta. I played other characters that are attractive. Lara Croft. I don't care what Keith say. Lara Croft was not ugly in that game.
I didn't say she was ugly. I said she was all right.
She was mid.
So anyway, but but this is not a new thing to game. This is like this person, like Nier Automata. She was the same way. She was walking around, and I guess that's that Korean.
Shorts.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do over there, and they don't look at it like we look at it. But I think the outrage is fake though. I don't think it's real outrage. And that's all we calling out on the podcast. I ain't mad at anybody that feel like she overly sexualized, but had that same energy for Bayonetta, had that same energy for all the other games that do the same thing. Don't just have it for this game. And I think reason is having because it's an Eastern game. That's what I believe. I believe because of the who's making it, and she's an Asian model, is where I feel like the problem lies. Anybody seen play Soul Calibur?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen some of the models in that game?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody ever complained about it? What's her name? Taki, and what's the girl with the whip? Eve? I think her name is Eve or something like that.
Oh, I know who you talking about. The one with
Savanta's
her blade
daughter.
goes apart.
Yeah, Savanta's daughter. Y'all seen the stuff she wear in that game? I ain't never heard a complaint about them characters. What did K-Bun bring up, dead or alive? You talking about fake, but real jiggle? I remember that. I was younger, like, they got real physics in this game. So I worked at
That's
Blockbuster
funny.
during that time. I remember when and even before them when it went to the Xbox 360, when you even go back to the PlayStation and play when it was on there, they had physics on certain attributes of the woman body that did certain things. We also saw this in what's another game? Mostly fighting games. What's that game? SNK. Same thing with a character in there. So
I'll give
this is
you one.
yeah,
Killer Instinct with Orchid.
yeah. Killer Instinct. Chun Li, Cammy. Go play Street Fighter 6 right now and tell me
Cammy's outfit. My
Cammy
God.
body is not crazy. Bruh, stop. So my thing is this. If you're gonna be that way across the board. Don't do that because of this character being Asian. That's what I felt like it was about. She's Asian and she's beautiful. And it's like, to me, I felt like some of it was that. And I find that egregious. Like, look, if you don't like it, don't like it across the board. Don't pick and choose when you will and won't like it. That's my only issue. But anything else, I agree. She is overly sexualized, but Bayonetta is, Cammy is in Street Fighter 6. A few of them Mortal Kombat characters are. Let's stop, folks. Let's not. That's been in gaming. It's been there. And then I'm pretty sure there's a lot of male models in Mortal Kombat that you probably looking at and like, oh yeah, he looks nice. So let's stop, y'all. Let's stop with the fake.
Scorpion be looking. I'm
Hey,
done.
whoa.
I'm done.
Hey,
Get
I'm
over
saying
here.
Oh no,
So
what's going on?
Let's stop with the fake outrage. K-Pump is tripping. Okay, so that's with that. We, like I said, we're not scared to tackle topics. We try to keep it PC and clean, but as gaming, this is a topic. Are you
Bring
getting the
back
game?
modesty.
Yeah. Are you getting the game, K-Bomb?
It is on my GameFly list.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
possibly.
All right. It's gonna have to be a minute for me. I got to get past a window to see how things gonna be before I can say if I'm gonna get it or not. I need to kind of watch my spending right now. So that's kind of where I'm at. I plan on getting it at some point. So let's get to this last topic and we get out of here. We wrap it up on here. So apparently, no, you said the sales that went down, right, Key? Let me go back.
That was me.
I don't remember saying that.
I'm trying to find the article. Didn't you send an article? There it is, right there.
I did.
That one was a new system they announced. I don't want to talk about that. So if it loads up, so supposedly Microsoft sales are declining, and so I'm gonna let K-Bum kind of take the floor because I really didn't get a chance to look at this. So K-Bum, go ahead and take the floor, and then I pick up. Go ahead.
Well, hold on a minute. I didn't know I was going to be the one talking about this. So let me go ahead and pull up the iTechco and kind of read a little bit of what they are saying about this because they published this maybe like an hour or so before we started the podcast, and so I thought it was interesting to put this on here. And again, this is not a Xbox hating channel, but they just can't find good news for good ways to be in the news. But anyway, the article starts off by saying after months of debate about Xbox's future, as some of the big console exclusives jump ship to PlayStation 5, we have our clearest evidence yet of why Microsoft is experimenting with a new platform approach. Fewer and fewer people are buying Xboxes.
It said multi-platform.
You say?
It said multi-platform. You said
My fault.
platform.
Multi-platform approach. Fewer and fewer people are buying Xboxes.
Okay.
The tech giant announced in the third quarter earnings that Xbox Series X and S revenue is down 30% year over year. It blamed the nosedive on a lower volume of consoles sold during the start of 2024. If that sounds like a repeat of last year, it is. It's because it is. Xbox hardware revenue decreased 30% on a strong prior year comparable, driven by lower volumes of console sales. So even last year they dropped 30%, and then they dropped another 30% this year. Like that is bad, bro. I'm not gonna go too much into it because it's not too much
I'm
needed to
following
be
you. We got
said.
you. You can go farther
No,
if you
I'm
want.
not gonna jump too much into it. I'm gonna use this to kind of have my soliloquy.
That was solid.
Look at that big word. It's bad, and Xbox knows it's bad, and and that's why I really thought the whole spin of them, shipping their titles over to uh, their competitors' platform is a way. It's all it is a way to drive revenue because they understand and they know they're not making the sales on their current system. The fact that it dropped 30% last year, and then they're reporting another 30% drop based on last year's number, is very, very telling on the direction of gaming, because we talked about this a couple podcasts ago. Gaming in 2023 rose by I think 2%. So gaming is not in a decline. It actually rose by 2%. But Xbox is experiencing record drops, while still in the prime of their console, and we still haven't even played Hellblade. They literally dropped their first exclusive last year, which was the vampire game. What was that vampire game? Redfall
Yeah.
and Starfield. Those were literally outside of Halo. Those were literally the first party games from Xbox Studios, and we still have yet to play Hellblade. And the fact that they are declining on a rapid scale says a lot. And so I do want to throw it over to you, Keith. What does this say about the future of Xbox? What does it say about even their current plans that they have? Do you think that they're going to continue with shipping their games over to others, or what do you think these numbers are actually saying about what's going on in the Xbox world?
Future and Xbox, same sentence. Come on, dude. You are a comedian. A comedian. Future and Xbox. Okay. Yes, their games are going to continue to move. They're going to like. That's why they're trying to push this narrative, trying to have everybody open the floodgates so everybody can partake. Because nobody wants to come to their system. Nobody wants to play in their ecosystem as far as like the Xbox, the hardware is concerned. Because I think the Xbox, what is it called, the Game Pass. I don't have a problem with the Game Pass, but I think as far as the hardware, nobody really wants to buy the hardware. And I'm almost curious to know what Game Pass will be doing had it never came to PC. That would be an interesting take, but hey, whatever.
Interesting.
Because then I wouldn't be able to play some of these games, and they would force me to either get an Xbox, or you'll really know people don't want to mess with your console. But I just think it's let's see what it says. Microsoft currently has. What is that? Talk to yeah, the games are going to continue to go over, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of those games that they bought from Bethesda, like the new Indiana Jones, I wouldn't be surprised if games like that eventually start showing up. Because you remember that was the fear that a lot of Xbox gamers had, was that a lot of those games,
Right.
What they used to say on Twitter, the whole slate of games,
The whole slate.
a whole slate of games is coming over to PlayStation and PC. So, yeah, that's all.
Do we know the sales? They keep asking. I see Nia asking this and others. Do we actually know the sales of the Xbox? And can somebody pull that up if there's something to pull up?
I don't think Microsoft will reveal that number.
No, Microsoft stopped revealing numbers a long time ago. I think COVID time. They stopped revealing the number.
So
if you can't get, I was gonna say, if you can't get people to play your game in during COVID when they have to stay in the house, yeah,
it says
it's all bad.
apparently there have been over 21 million Xbox Series X and S consoles sold by Microsoft. Let me see, how old is this? When is this from? Let me make sure that the date on this. Go ahead.
I actually have some more numbers too. Whenever you get a chance, I want to read
No,
out.
go ahead.
So going even into the article of the earnings release for 2024 quarter three for them, it says gaming revenue increased by 1.8 billion, or 51% by growth in Xbox content and services. Xbox content and services revenue increased 62%, driven by 61% of net impact from Activision Blizzard acquisition. Xbox hardware revenue decreased 31%. So you can see their strategy in clear view. GameBox X gaming revenue increased 1.8 billion due to with services and content, and that service and content was increased by 62% because of the net impact of Activision Blizzard acquisition, because they bought somebody else who was successful. That's what they're saying. 61% rose because they bought somebody who was successful at making video games.
Yeah.
But you can see their strong point, and they are making it very clear to you, everyone in the gaming industry, that their strong point is software and not hardware as far as consoles. Maybe even content and services as far as cloud gaming as well. But it is not the physical system. That is the stumbling block in Xbox's gaming ecosystem. That is what's bringing the whole ship down.
So
My opinion.
So I'm looking at what D2K said, and I'm reading this over here, so I'm gonna kind of put them together. So based on what we can gather, they have moved between both Xbox X and Series X between 21 to 24 million units. That's it. And that's a collection of both. So it's not 21 million Xbox Series X's, it's 21 million Xbox Series X's and S's. So they're doing terrible. This ain't Wii U, but it's not, with the price of it and the cost of development, it might be worse than a Wii U. It's bad right now. It's because you got two SKUs out here, and that's all you managing to move. Is 21 or 24 million. Nobody's trying to throw shade, but that is concerning, and it does really inform why Xbox or Microsoft is doing the things that they're doing. They have to pivot. It's clear they have to pivot. How many PlayStation 5s? Let me look at PlayStation 5s. I think let me see.
They're almost tripled down. I know in sales and monthly sales, they're like tripling Xbox. So about in total sales, I would say 60. I thought they were close to, but I'm not sure.
Let me see. They have 46.6 million.
Completely off.
This is as of 2022.
Whoa, 22.
As of October 2023, they have sold 46.6 million units. So we could probably add another 6-7 million on there. So I'll say they probably about 50 right now.
Yeah, about 50.
So yeah, they're literally doubled Microsoft, and Microsoft is selling, and I guess that's between the PlayStation 5 and the discless. So between they two SKUs, they have moved about 50 million units. So I mean, that's not bad. It's not great because from what I understand, they're not happy with their sales either. So
No, they actually moved if I remember, we talked about they actually moved their sale numbers. Was it up or back down? I forgot because I know last year they had received some growth because they were hindered from the very beginning because of issues with supply chain. Uh, but I don't remember exactly the last quarter what they did with the numbers that they moved it up or down. So I don't remember. So I'm not going to talk on that.
Well, it says that they passed 50 million by December 2020, by December 20th of 2023. They had already surpassed 50 million units sold. So they probably somewhere at 55, 56 at this point. So, that's not bad. It might even be 60. I don't know. But Microsoft is hemorrhaging. And it brings up what Keith said. What if it didn't have Game Pass on PC? What would that look like with only 21 million devices out there? Can you get Game Pass on the Xbox One X and the Xbox
Yes.
One? Okay,
Yes.
so basically, no one is buying into their new system.
Correct.
Yeah, this is bad.
But remember this that we got the documents from that court case, and in the court case, it was shown that Game Pass is not growing.
Right. So yeah, they got a lot to do. I mean, and nobody's trying to shade. We just talking games, and this is conversation. We don't like talking negative, but Microsoft has been the only positive thing I would say Microsoft has done is acquiring Activision. That's they one glowing accomplishment is acquiring Activision Blizzard. Because Bethesda, we talked about that last week. I don't think Bethesda has been panning out, man. I think somebody was drunk when they thought, let's get Bethesda. I think somebody missed the mark on that. But Activision is going to help them out. I believe they're going to get the ship right. I think they're going in the right direction to be something other. I think that's what their plan is. Are they bringing their strength? They kind of aligning with Microsoft's overall strength, PCs and software. I think it's smart. So I don't think this is the end for Microsoft, but I think this may be the last traditional console they make, and I think they should. I think this should be the last traditional console they make. There's no reason to continue to. They can do something else, and they should do it. They got the money to. They got the infrastructure to do it, and nobody else can really follow them down that path. So they should do it, in my opinion. Any other thoughts?
I did hear. I know Nia said, "How is Hi-Fi Rush doing?" I did hear that Sea of Thieves is selling very well on the PlayStation platform. I did hear that piece.
Okay.
So their software is when there's a home for it, doing well. And Nia gave one more comment is that we love throwing shade at Microsoft.
I
I wouldn't say
don't
love
love it. I get
but I
tickled.
enjoy it.
We love them.
I
Bill
do get
Gates,
tickled.
that's our peoples,
I
man.
don't love throwing.
In my peoples.
I'm gonna be honest. I low key wanted Microsoft to be successful this generation. I really did. But
They were supposed to.
I knew from what I experienced on the one and what I was seeing that I better go get that PlayStation 5. And I'm glad I made that decision. I'm not gonna sit up here and say PlayStation 5 has just been knocking it out the park, but I've had a great time with the PlayStation 5. It's been a great companion with the Switch. I haven't missed anything. There's been not one game that I felt like I'm just missing out. The only game that I feel like I missed out on is Gears of War, and I could play that because I got the Xbox One upstairs. I can play the latest Gears of War if I want to. But that's the only game I really want to play. They just don't have the games that I want to play. And Hi-Fi Rush is definitely one. And I know that's coming on the file. So when it gets there on the next Switch or whatever, I get to experience that. But they just don't have appealing IP to me. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not a Halo guy. I'm not a Fortnite guy. Hellblade. I don't even know when is that coming? When is that game supposed to be coming?
Ooh.
I know they gave it a release date. I know it got a release date.
Is
Let me
it
see. Hellblade.
this year?
It's
Has to be this year, right?
It's this year.
Yeah.
I don't know when this year, but it don't seem like they hyping it up.
It's coming out soon, actually. It is May 21st.
And you don't hear
Nice.
much or nothing about it.
Nah, not really.
That's,
And if people have been listening to me and this entire I guess generation, I've been trying to find an excuse, and Leva know this, to buy an Xbox Series X.
I
know previously before Phil said all those stupid stuff. I had been trying to find an excuse, and Level was right. If Starfield was not mid and was actually a good game, I most likely would have had an Xbox by this time already. I was just waiting for a game to bring me over, and I thought Starfield was going to be that game, and it turned out to be mid. And so, no, it's gaming is better when all three companies are operating on their cylinders, right? When they're operating the max potential, or not even just potential, but they're actually putting forth good games, because it builds competition. Then that competition drives better games. But
Right.
when you have somebody slacking, Sony starts to slack too, as we're seeing. No first party IPs for this entire 24. Why? We're already doubling you.
And
So
and Nintendo has decided to push the Switch 2. We don't know. They haven't officially said it, but by all evidence, it seemed like that's what gonna happen. So
Right.
I'm gonna say this. I'm reading what they said, and I kind of said it early. I think Microsoft needs to move to their strength, and I don't think Nintendo nor Sony can follow them there. And their strength is their software. Why? And I think with Google before them showing the way with Stadia, and then don't Microsoft have their own type of Stadia?
Azure. That's their what their platform is called. Yes, that
Okay.
is their which is probably the biggest. Is that right, Key? Isn't Azure bigger than AWS?
If not, it is very close. So you got Google Cloud.
You phased out, Keith.
Yeah, I think he might have dropped. Yeah, I think Azure is.
Keep dropping.
Okay, there you go.
Say it again. You phased out on us.
Oh, okay. AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure, and I think Azure may be. I don't know. I don't know if AWS. I don't know.
I
They
think
might
Azure
be
may be the
close.
biggest. I think Azure may be the biggest, if I'm not mistaken. But so yeah, Level, they have the biggest cloud platform, not just for
Right.
gaming, just platform in general. Enterprise size platform. They're the biggest. I think they were bigger than AWS, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So to me, they have the infrastructure. They have the tools already available to them. They just need to move. And kind of like what the comments saying and what I was kind of echoing earlier. And we talked about this before, so it's not nothing that we haven't said here. Is to cater to their strength. And they strength is software. They strength is cloud. They strength is PC. Their games already look like mostly PC games. Go to your strength. Do what Nintendo did. Nintendo strength was handheld. They made handheld a little bit more powerful to kind of get dual action out of it, and it worked. You eliminated a device. You went to your strength. You gave that community that was thriving, that's been thriving with you, that Game Boy Advance, DS community. You gave them what they wanted, and you beefed it up and gave me as the box lover what I wanted. I could play on my TV at a decent quality, and they had the best handheld device they've ever had in their life. And Nintendo is 140 million plus for it. So Microsoft is making the right move. Let Sony have that lane with the box because they clearly dominate that power box that's dedicated to that. Sony go do some cloud, take what Google did, make it better, add your stuff to it, and there you go. Give them the Game Pass, give them all their stuff, and that's how you do it. And then now you're selling your PCs rather than trying to sell these boxes because clearly this ain't working for them. And they acquired a lot of studios. They can still have a third party. They can still make money on other platforms. That's what it seems like they're going to do. They slowly moving into a whole different existence, and I think it's going to end up being lucrative. It just won't look like what we see today, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So do what you got to do to sustain yourself. There ain't no point in hemorrhaging money so some people can brag about who got the hottest box. No, go make money, man. Do what you got to do. I'm glad Nintendo did what they did. I was tired of the sparse 2 games a year offerings that Nintendo was giving. Boy, you remember them days, Keith, don't you?
Yeah, I remember them days. I used to say it all the time, even before they did it. I was like, man, all the games going over there to the 3DS.
Yeah. Boy, them Nintendo Directs were depressing when out of a 45-minute Direct, 30 minutes of it was DS and 3DS, and the 15 minutes was Nintendo Wii U. Oh, I was hot.
All right, hey man,
I used to get mad. I used to get hot when I see different ones jump on bragging and talking about how good. Like, OJ, go sit down somewhere. Nobody care about these 3DS games, man. I don't play 3DS. Go sit down somewhere defending this mess. So, yeah. I'm glad they did what they did. Now I can feel a part of the success. Because I definitely wasn't playing on that small screen. I don't know how anybody found pleasure out of playing on that D-pad and the 3DS. I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't play like this. My hand cramping up. I'm good. So, anything else? Are we done?
Are we finished or are we done?
Are we finished? K-Bum, anything else, man? I don't want to shut it down. I got to go.
Nah,
I got to give my team my undivided attention. They was up, and they up by 4 right now. Halftime, I got to go, focus on them. So that's it. All right. All righty. We got a lot of people still tuning in. We got a lot of company on tonight. But that was the show. For all you that are so bothered by the beauty of Eve and Celebrate, stop it. Just front. Also, on that first topic, Nintendo, stop being you sometimes. Just stop. And I bet you that was a Japan decision, not a Nintendo of America. I bet you that was Nintendo of Japan that called that one. That sounds like a Miyamoto type of a decision. Stop it. Cut it out. I'm gonna get old Bubba, get that trash. I'm gonna get that up on here. But anyway, that was the show for tonight. I'm gonna let these dudes sign out, starting with the very own Mr. Norris. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, man. You know what's funny? I had just got an email from PlayStation talking about some get on Sea of Thieves. And the other day, my son, that's funny. And the other day, my son was playing what's that on that? Roblox. And I see this notification talking about some, the payment you just tried to use declined because your card had expired. Thank God. He tried to go back there and buy some stuff in Roblox. Oh, but anyways, I said all that to say I had a good time tonight. Great topics. Go play Stellar Blade because of the gameplay and not the gameplay of your eyes. Microsoft, what are you out here doing? Do you play video games? You making them, but do you play them? I don't think you playing video games. Nintendo, play nice this time, or give us Metroid. Play nice and give us Metroid. But anyways, man, good time as always with the people in the comment section. Shout out to all of you guys, and we will see you next time.
K-Bum 20, go ahead, bro.
Ditto. He said everything I wanted to say. Ditto.
Okay. Well,
Even my son buying the game.
All of it. Ditto.
so shouts out to D2K keeping us company, keeping us up to date on things. Shouts out to Nia. She basically was impressed by our vocabularies on tonight, on our vocabularies. She said we got some big words out tonight. Thank you. We learned from the best. D2K is in there. We learned from D2K. Shouts out to Chariot Man. Shouts out to First Name Basis. And everyone else that was here that may have didn't sign in and share, but they're watching because I can see the numbers. Thank y'all for tuning in as well. We'll be back hopefully next time. Next week, same time, same place. Till then, be blessed. Stay safe. Deuces. Peace.
Bro, we got smashed, bro. Bro, we got smashed, bro. Bro, we got smashed, bro.